Hey guys, it's Joy here, and today I'm showing you 5 lazy day hairstyles that I will be doing on my 4C natural hair. This video is in partnership with As I Am's Luxe line. They just released a line of awesome products, and I'm using their scalp serum and curl enhancing smoothie. So the number one is Beyonce Saved Me, just because I'm using the Beyonce hat for the style, but all you need for the style is your hat, some water, and I'm using the scalp serum to just freshen things up, and it smells so good, so I definitely would just use this if I needed some refreshing in my scalp and want my hair to smell good. And then I'm just pulling my hair back and going to tie it up with a scrunchie to make things nice and ready for the hat. And yeah, follow me at joywade_ if you want to keep up with me on Instagram and Twitter and things like that. But back to the tutorial. So I put that hair in that scrunchie. I only wrap it around once because my hair is so big, but feel free to wrap it around as many times as you need. And then I take a hat. It's important not to use hats with Velcro because it will rip your hair out, honey. I use the ones that just have the metal clamp that you can pull out. My hair is way too big to even have it to the biggest adjustment. I just take it out and then I clip that back on like that. And then I fluff out the back, make it nice and big for the poof poof. And that is how you do this first style. So this style is super quick if you're about to run out the house, but you still want your hair to be out a little bit. And yeah, rock it like that, rock it like that. This is the finished look. Like I said, you can use any hat, but I preferably love using my pink Beyonce hat. Childhood go-to, which is the 2 poof balls. So basically, to do this style, you get your hair a little bit damp with the water so it's easier to work with. Next, I'm taking the Luxe Curl Enhancing Smoothie by As I Am, and I'm just working that in my hair just to soften things, define the curls, and have it nice and moisturized for the day. And I'm also just smoothing that on my edges. I'm not really big on gels or edge control yet, so I usually just use some type of smoothing product just to get my hair a little bit more tamed than would gel. But if you're into gel, go ahead and add a gel to your hair. It really just depends on what look you're going for. So if you want a really slick look, then that's when you'll use some gel. For me, I just do this. So next, you want to make sure your hair is parted into 2. I'm also not really big on super straight parts. One, because this is super quick hairstyle, so I say just part with your fingers, but if you have a little bit more time, go ahead and take your comb and check on that part. Next, I'm taking hair ties. I'm not using scrunchies for these because I do want the buns to stay pretty high on my head. And I just take the hair tie and wrap it around the poof. And as you can see, the hair tie only goes once around. Not trying to break it. Yeah, I have a lot of hair. It be like that. It be like that. It only goes around once of half of my head. And so I do the other side like this. And then this one I just tucked in the end because that one was a little bit more stretched out. So next, I got my 2 poofs. So you can leave it like this, but I'm just gonna shape mine to be a little bit more round and more poofy. So next we have Big Hair Don't Care, which is basically a huge poof. And what I'm just gonna do is take down the 2 poof balls I had from the last style and get that all fluffed out. And once it's fluffed out, I basically just tilt my head over, pull all my hair to the very top of my head, and then I take my scrunchie and just put it all in the scrunchie. I can only fit it one time around, so that's what we're going to do with that. And if your hair is too loose, then wrap it around another time. Use bobby pins, use anything to shape it up, but usually in the morning I don't have time for that, so I usually just shape it and leave it as is. And for some reason, this is the natural hairstyle that gets the most compliments. I think it's just because I have so much hair, and like when it's up, it just looks even bigger. So definitely mess around with the style. If you have big hair, it's definitely a go-to for sure, because your hair basically does all the work for you. And yeah, that was just me being crazy, but this is the finished look. And let's move on to the next hairstyle. So number 4, we have the unicorn, which I mess around with the style a little bit. Depending on how stretched your hair is, the better or the worse it will look. So my hair is not stretched, so it was looking a little bit cray-cray, but the style does look a lot better when you do it out of a twist out. But it is an easy lazy day style. Depending on your curl pattern, the style may work a little bit better than how it worked on me. I did try this style in another video and it came out looking a little bit better. So I think it's just depending on the state of my hair and the products I'm using. But I think I might just need a trim. So for this style, all you have to do is section up a little portion from the top of your head. You can use a comb to part if you liked, but as I mentioned before, I'm usually not about that. If I'm in a rush, then I take a hair tie and wrap it around twice, and then I basically wrap this hair around in a bun and mess around with it until it's pretty circular. And then you can bobby pin yours down, or you can wrap it around until it stays. And then what I basically do for this is kind of fluff out my hair so it doesn't look too prominent. Mess around with different size buns at the top of your head and see which works for your face shape. But I just mess around, stretch out the hair a little bit, scrunch it in to see what looks best. And as you see, I'm really trying to make the style work by stretching it out and getting my hair back and poofy, because this is also after I did the first 3 hairstyles, so that's why. And then I'm doing a little bit of a length check here just because I want to show you guys my length. And this is just me standing up and my hair coming down to about waist or hip length. Yeah. So number 5, which is our last style, we have the quick bun hairstyle. So this style is really easy, just as easy as the poof. So let me get these things out of my hair and fluff it back to normal. And then all you do is bring your hair back up to that poof you had and use your scrunchie to put your hair up. And the reason I use the scrunchie is just because it doesn't leave indents in my hair like a hair tie would. I don't get headaches throughout the day, and they're really soft. And I like how they make my hair lay on top. So after you put your hair back in that poof, then you're going to fluff it out, and then you're going to basically split your hair in half and basically fold it over until it's looking pretty flat. And that's how you can get a more sleek look in the morning. If you are going somewhere that your hair don't need to be out, then you can put it in this more sleek bun. And you can obviously put gel on your hair. You can use different hair ties and hair accessories if you have more time in the morning. But if I want something different than what I usually do, I'll go to this style, which is super quick. If my curls aren't popping enough for it to be in a poof, then I'll do this. So basically that is all of my styles, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below telling me what your favorite style was, and make sure you check out those As I Am products because they're so great and smell super good. So I'll talk to you next time.